All right, welcome to the second episode of 40Fs. And I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering why I decided to name the channel something as bizarre as deft, doltish, stupid, or whatever it's coming off as right now, as 40Fs. And it'll probably keep coming off as all of those things put together even after I explain myself. And it's not just you guys, it's also him.
Yeah, I'm in the dark
Yeah,
myself. Yeah,
he's in the dark too. Because see, all right, so here's the thing. Initially we decided to upload all of these videos from our individual channels, our already existing individual respective channels. But the thing is that those channels only have all the music related stuff. Those channels are more like just music oriented. Everything okay there?
yeah.
Oh, the white noise. Yeah, all right. So I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, and then I just thought that uploading these videos from those channels would have been kind of random, and also big mismatch. So I decided to just make a whole new channel for this one, which we were not even sure if we were going to upload that other video. We tried coming up with a couple of names for the channel while we kept deciding if the video is good enough to be uploaded, because it's all pettifogging, right? And we tend to take our music, everything that we have uploaded on those channels,
Kind of seriously.
yeah, kind of
Unlike
serious,
this.
unlike this,
Yeah.
So this is just all silly doohickey.
So yeah, while all this is going on, like we're this, like like thinking about names. Like this guy just decides to upload it.
Yeah, and he did not know
Yeah.
anything about it. I just made the channel, I uploaded the video, and I sent it to him, and I shared
So you
it.
had to make the channel. You didn't have the one of your fake channels already up there to for
No,
your like.
I used one of the fake accounts, fake Google accounts that I use for all the creepy, nasty, and wacky
I
stuff,
figured.
which I don't think I should have disclosed, but it's okay. Fuck it. So let them know what I'm really like
So
and
you
who
put
I
up the
really
video.
am, unless they haven't figured already.
So you put up the video without any proper thumbnail,
Mm-hmm.
no filters,
Mm-hmm.
without even checking that we have a giant shadow lurking around on the side of the.
Yeah, it just
You
gave us
just
that much
put it
needed
out.
push.
And
I
I was
think
like,
that.
yeah, yeah, and even though all those things were going on, the first thing I noticed was, okay, yeah, like there's no thumbnail, there's no proper thumbnail, there's nothing going on. What's this name? 40 apps?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
what's
I'll
going on
explain.
there?
Yeah. So,
Are we 40 apps?
hmm?
Like, are we deciding to call this 40 apps?
I'm
Like,
going to let the viewers, which I'm pretty sure at this point we hardly have one or two of them, and it's going to stay that way, I guess, for a very long time. And I'm just trying to be realistic. The last video was kind of horrible.
two is being positive.
Two is being positive. All right, let's hope for two. Two's a target at this point. You know,
Uh,
'Cause I could not even make it to the end of the last video. It was kind of mind-numbing after a point. It started, it had. I'm going to be again, like I said, realistic and not modest as well. It had a couple of moments which were kind of interesting, but otherwise it was kind of but
Mhm.
still I decided to upload it, and like I said, give us that much needed push, at
Yeah.
least uh,
Hence the disclaimer that you put out.
yeah.
What was that disclaimer?
I,
I forgot.
I said something on the lines of high expectations are just not
Yeah,
welcome,
yeah.
they're strictly forbidden or something like
Mm.
that. Yeah. So yeah, 40Fs. Why 40Fs? So we tried coming up with a couple of names that we thought would be more relevant to what we are doing. But some of them were, but then they were not exactly rad names or rad or funny or whatever it was that we were
Mm.
hoping for them to sound like. And then a couple of them were kind of rad, but those names, they were not very relevant.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pick a name that
Not that
meets
we know what
the purpose.
what is
Hmm.
relevant in this podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
So hence
So, yeah.
I had to, pick something
Yeah.
really doolally, So 40 Fs is like a reference from one of the acts of Louis C.K.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's talking about naming, how big of a challenge naming your kids can be, because no matter how hard you try to give your kids a very decent name, the moment he starts school, his friends or his colleagues will, come up with ways to spoil the name, cause ruination to what was earlier thought to be a very decent name. Like he takes a couple of examples, he's like, let's say I name my kid Joey, then the kids will start calling him Blowy. Let's say I name my kid Mike, then the kids will come up with something like, Mike, your mother's a dyke, and something like that. And then I think
Unlike Frank Zappa, like his son's name,
uh,
Dweezil.
Dweezil. I don't think that we gotta put in more efforts to make it sound funny. I think it's funny. It's out of ordinary. It's kind
he
of
just
cool.
made fun of his own son, like here, have it.
Have it, yeah,
Dweezil.
yeah. Yeah. It kind of killed the fun.
Yeah.
Kind of killed being creative and innovative to make the name funny on everybody else's part.
I just did it for you.
Yeah, I just did it for you. So yeah, then he, Louis C.K. he says that it's very easy to do that, and I'm kind of good at it too, And then he asks one of the audience members to just, bellow his name, and he will try and spoil it. He will, do that whole Gambero thing. And then the guy, I don't remember what he bellowed, but he bellowed his name.
Some random name.
Some random. Let's say he's just wailed Mayank, okay? And Louis could not come up with, couldn't do much as far as making it funny or just spoiling it is concerned. But still, the way he covered it just made it kind of funnier. He's like, Mayank, all right. You're a fucking whore, Mayank. You fucking asshole. You faggot, something like that, So he just started like slandering, he just started swearing, And he's like, yeah, see, that's the point I was trying to make. And then he,
which is kind of odd for Louis C. Like talking to the audience, like interacting, like
yeah, he's not much into the whole crowd participation thing. He deals with the hecklers in a very brutal,
that,
and funny too at the same time, kind of a way. But it's not his thing. I don't think he likes it. I think he is less of an improviser.
Like we talked about in the last.
Yeah.
He's pretty much to the script and like.
Unlike Jimmy Carr or even Russell Peters has started doing a lot of random improvisation, and he's gotten into this whole crowd participation thingy. So anyway, then he starts talking about what he would like to name his kids. And he's like, I can maybe just name my kids a whole phrase like ladies and gentlemen, and then I can just introduce them. He is my son, ladies and gentlemen, or if he gets out of hand, then he can go like, ladies and gentlemen, please, or something like that. Or maybe I can just, come up with a name which has no vowels, so it can just be Fs, 40 Fs, and that's where I got it from. So then he goes, go clean your room, something like that, So 40 Fs, just for the fun of it. Yeah. So now you can decide if
I like it.
You like it, right? Yeah. So your game.
Again.
All right, perfect. All right, so what do we talk about now that we've crossed that bridge? Let's get real. Let's talk about something which is not total bullcrap, which is very hard for to lallies like us to do, but let's still give it a shot. Tell me what you're thinking.
I'm actually thinking about a piece that I've been writing, that I want to take to the studio, but I'm kind of hesitant, like because I'm not too confident
Oh,
about
the
it.
one that you've been working on
Yeah,
since
yeah.
months.
Like, so yeah,
Okay.
it's been a long time coming, and like I want to take it, but I'm still, like, very unconfident about it, and the way it sounds when I record it on my phone, and I'm very nitpicky about it, about little
Mhm.
details and stuff like. So yeah, I've been thinking about that and working on it.
Nice. I have a little, not exactly an advice, but maybe let's just call it a tip for you.
Mm.
Because this is your first piece, right?
Yeah,
And that
the
used to
first
happen.
first original piece that I'll be taking to the studio, and yeah, like, my troubles with the studios, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to my own stuff, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, that happens. Like when you do session work, when you're playing for other people, it's less pressure as far as
Yeah.
I mean, it depends upon again, who you're working for.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy it, like I've played in number of your arrangements. I do completely
Mm-hmm.
enjoy recording those,
Mm-hmm.
like, but when it comes to my own stuff, like, that's iffy
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. When you're playing for someone else, I mean, it's kind of a your wishes, my command kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to have much of a say. Sometimes you might not like a few ideas, but if he's fine with it, and because those ideas are very basic or simple, or they're not, you think you can do much better, at the given place that you're supposed to fill up
Yeah.
with, your playing. But then now if he's happy with it, and if that's his demand, then sure, why not, but when you're recording your own piece, you become a little more
Self-aware,
self-critical,
yeah.
yeah, self-critical, not just aware, I
Yeah.
guess, and that kind of slows the process down, and then can be a little irksome, but yeah, coming back to the tip, I think because this is like your first song, that's going to happen a lot more, and gradually you will start to realize that all the ideas that you keep just chucking away because you
Mhm.
think they're bad ideas, they're not exactly bad ideas. There's no idea is a. I don't mean to sound like the beer biceps
I mean,
guy,
not bad ideas, but unfinished ideas.
or unfinished, or like no idea is a bad idea, but it's just the idea doesn't get executed properly, and it just
Yeah.
seems that way. You can take like the worst idea possible, and that's what people do when they make like jazz versions or metal versions of like really silly songs. Those songs are really bad, they're
Yeah.
horrible, they're silly. They especially like musically, they're like fucking idiotic. There's not much
Jingles,
going.
like to make
Yeah,
jingles
or
interesting.
jingles,
Yeah.
yeah. And then they just the way they present it, the way they execute those ideas. If you
Yeah,
just find a
makes
way
sense.
to, instead of just chucking away the idea, like nah, I don't think I want to keep this in my song, or maybe, and sometimes you have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't think I think I would want to keep this in my song, but not like this. I don't think I would want to present it like this. So then I started doing a lot of that gradually, because, and you can see a lot of that in fugues, in a lot of classical music from the Baroque period. Like I think it's impossible to come up with something that long and keep it consistently catchy or interesting. Sometimes even if it's kind of a bad idea, but you've come up with it when you were in that flow, and you still
Mm-hmm.
keep it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, about Baroque, like like Bach, for example.
Mm-hmm.
He made a fugue out of his own initials, BACH.
Mm-hmm.
He made a theme out of that, and like, he's like, no matter how this sounds, I can make this interesting, and like,
Mm-hmm.
make it fuguish.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. So I mean, it's all gravy. All the ideas are just perfect. You just walk into the studio, or when you're sitting in your room and composing, if you can keep that mindset, then you're going to be able to do a lot more with whatever you're already equipped with,
Mhm.
rather than trying to just going out looking for more stuff and chucking away all the ideas just because they initially did not seem interesting.
Mhm.
And this time, I guess for your song, I have a very good feeling about it, because earlier, one of the reasons why you said that, I think, why you said that you're not very comfortable with recording, and you're not very confident and all of that, is because you've had bad experiences because of bad setups and bad
Yeah.
studio jobs.
Especially here in
here,
a
yeah.
place like Rajkot.
Yeah, and considering the genre of music that you play. But this time, you're going to have a much better studio job, and much better
So
setup.
hard.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm telling you, you can take my word for it. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, what else? What else do we talk about?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
How about you? What's happening with you?
You know what I'm thinking right now? I'm thinking of all the many, many ways by which we can make this more engaging and engrossing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And after uploading the first one, I already got like a lot of constructive criticism and
Yeah?
suggestions, and yeah. And I'm also going to, because I can totally see us kind of, if not running out of content, but because if it's just going to be the two of us, then it
Yeah.
can get a little mundane.
And plus, like, we are absolute beginners at what's happening right now. Like, so yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
baby steps for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of just, at this point, we can't invite like Crack Jack, Hot Shots, like the big names or whatever,
Mm.
and I don't think I would even want that. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but that's not where we're heading.
Mhm.
We can just invite our friends, and keep this a little more flavorful, versatile, and that would definitely bring more to this table.
Yes, sir.
So, and one of the uh, people who give me some really good constructive criticism, she said that which is going to be very difficult for me personally, and I'm pretty sure you're kind of on the same page, that we should at least prepare a little bit. We should at least we just not, I mean, you can keep it lucid, you can keep it kind of casual, but not make sure that you're not just entirely winging it, so I don't know which
Yeah, I don't know about the preparation part either.
yeah, because I think for me, that's going to be like uh, disastrous, because I cannot. It'll be more like I'm recalling things, and oh, I forgot to make this point, and oh fuck no, but I've already started talking about something else, so let's finish that. But no, but then I'll totally forget what I wanted to say, and I could remember the point that I wanted to make, but then there were different things that I wanted to say as far as establishing that point is concerned.
But
and
instead of like preparing stuff, we could still,
keep pointers.
keep pointers, topics, like.
Mhm.
So her criticism is completely
Yeah,
valid
so
on that.
but
front.
I yes, exactly, but I do want to learn that. I do want to get better at that. So most probably, and I've invited her for a next podcast.
Nice.
So most probably, she'll tag along. She'll join us, and next time she because it's kind of late. She uh, did not respond. She probably catching 40 wings or whatever. But anyway, most probably I think we'll have her in our next podcast, and that's going to be really great. And then we can start having more and more friends
And be less awkward.
and be less
Right.
awkward. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's it, I guess. Is there anything else that you can think of that we can talk about at this point? I have like a lot of things, not exactly going on in my head, but a lot of things that I'm kind of, preoccupied with, and that's not exactly a good thing because it keeps you kind of distracted when you're doing something like this. So I would not want to go down that alley right now.
I kind of know what you're talking about, but yeah, let's not go down that.
Yeah. So anyway, let's call it an end.
Yeah.
All right. Tada bye.